posted on the wall. I put her to sleep and she woke up like that. Breakfast in bed, I order up for a snack. Then get to the bed, talking up.
So I realized I need to start filming during the day because the lighting in here is really weird. Yeah, I tried setting up my ring light. It just looks really weird, but I'm just gonna go ahead with these questions. So this video is basically gonna be about, you know, Miss Rona. I don't know if YouTube is taking down videos from people who are titling their videos with, you know, the actual name of it. So I'm just gonna call it that and just see what happens. This video is basically gonna be about how I got, you know. So I asked some people to ask me some questions on my Instagram page, and they did ask me some questions. So I'm gonna go with those questions and just go from there. So one of the questions was, do you feel like the doctors or medical people were helpful and explained stuff well? No, I feel like when I first got it, I was contacted by, you know, I was contacted by HD, and they basically were like telling me, they were basically asking me all the questions. Like, I wasn't really asking them questions. They didn't have really answers to my questions. The questions they asked me was basically, how do I feel like I got in contact with it? How did I get it? How do I feel? What are my symptoms? What have I been doing in the meantime? Do I have a safe place where I'm at? Am I able to eat? You know, get to any type of shelter if I didn't have any? Like, they were just asking questions like that. That's basically all the questions they asked me. And I asked them if they were gonna, like, you know, let me know what I can do for this, and like, how can I help this? How can I get better? What's the treatment so far? And they were like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and email you and send everything over. And they sent me an email, and the email basically said, wear your mask, wash your hands. Like, that's basically what the email said. It literally was giving nothing. How long did you have it? So I went ahead and started, let me look at a calendar. I had symptoms on July I did not start having symptoms until the 18th of July that night. So Saturday night, I was like, my body was feeling like it was just aching and like it just was hurting. And then I woke up Sunday morning and I was just in pain. I was just like not in the mood. I was kind of hot, kind of cold. I took my temperature, it was normal. But I knew my body felt weird. Like, my body felt like anything that just touched me just was hurting, like the sheets, my shirt, my clothes, everything. And I was trying to sweat it out, so I had a lot of clothes on because I didn't know what was going on, but my body was hurting so bad. And I didn't take anything because I thought I would be fine until like that night. I was like, I can't even sleep, I can't take it. So I ended up taking some Theraflu, and that really helped me. The next day my body wasn't hurting as bad. It was the 20th. It wasn't as bad. I was able to walk and go up and down the stairs, but I was really tired, like really out of breath. Like, I really couldn't go up and down the stairs too fast like I normally do, or just normally. Basically, I just was really tired. Like, I was just dragging and just, I was just so tired.
No, I think I have still have them. Give me a second, let me open them for you.
Okay. All right, and then put it into here?
Yeah, you're gonna do both nostrils with that same end.
Okay. Want me to open this right now?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
You're done. So be careful when you open it because it does have liquid. That's the side that you closed in first. You close it, just make sure that the information on the label is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to put that little test tube into the vibration lab port.
In the middle?
Yeah. And once you close that, I also provided you with some sanitizing wipes. You're going to use the sanitizing wipes to open the box right next to it. And then you're going to put in your test tube or your test baggie in there. I also provided you with the COVID fact sheet. It has a lot of information on there. Also a phone number you can contact if you have any other questions, okay?
Okay. So when I go to use this wipe, just lift the lid and put it in there.
And just use it to lift it up.
Oh, okay.
That's the box, okay?
Okay.
You're all set. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. Hope y'all can hear me. I have been sick for the past few days. Not sick, but I've been having a cough yesterday, and also I was feeling really like my body was aching really bad yesterday, like really bad, like I didn't even want to move. I took some Theraflu. And what else did I take? I've been drinking tea a lot. My nose hasn't been runny or anything. I haven't felt chills. I took my temperature. I don't have a fever. I am slightly hot, like sometimes. My breathing is pretty normal. But it does feel, my breathing does feel like a little weird when I'm under the weather, but it's not bad. Like I can breathe, I'm fine. But my throat was hurting this morning, but it's not hurting anymore. I think it's just breathing in a lot of cold air. But yeah, and then I'm kind of out of breath a little bit. Just sometimes, it just depends on what I'm doing. And yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to record how I've been feeling. And yeah, I just needed to get tested so that I could know if I can work or not, or what's going on, because I could have like a simple cold, but still wanted to get tested to see. How long did I have it? So after the 18th, I continued to feel symptoms all the way up until now. And today is August 4th. I had different symptoms throughout the whole time, and the only symptom that I have right now is I can't smell and taste as good. I can smell really good in my right nostril for whatever reason, but on my left one it's like I can't really smell that well. I don't even know what I'm smelling half the time. I can taste pretty good just because I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a little different, but I'm starting to smell again. That took like a week to like really get back to normal, but it's not completely normal just yet. I'm not out of breath anymore, and I have energy now. I didn't have any energy for like a good 2 weeks. and I was just sleeping, but not a lot, but I knew I was just tired. So yeah, I had it for a while. Had it from the 18th to like now. Well, a little bit before now, because I just got retested. The next question is, were you apprehensive to publicly share your positive test results? Yes, at first I was only putting that I had it. Well, I wasn't even directly saying that I had it. I was putting it out there that I did have it to my close friends on Instagram. So I wasn't really like telling people that I had it. I mean, I was telling my friends, but I wasn't like telling like social media about it, just because I don't know, I didn't know. Nobody knows what's going on, and it feels really weird. I don't know, it felt weird to like tell people that I had it anyway, because I didn't know how people were gonna react or like be. Like, I don't want people to treat me any different than what they already do or feel. Like, I don't look for empathy or sympathy and stuff. Like, when I feel sick, I just want to, maybe like for my loved ones, just like get their support. But other than that, I don't need extra people to like be like all up on me. Like, it's not that deep. But the reason I'm making this video is because I know under the comments people might have questions about it that maybe never caught it, or people who did have it and maybe can support other people who are getting it, or even help me understand some more of it, because I was really confused during the time. So yeah, that I'm free of it. I did take a second test and I was negative. They did let me know though, when I went ahead and talked to the HD, that if I took a second test, they were like, you may be positive again. It may be a false positive. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get tested anyway, because I cannot live with like the feeling that I may make somebody else contagious if I go to the grocery store or do something. But for 2 weeks, I actually stayed in my house like completely, maybe a little over 2 weeks. I didn't go anywhere. I had people drop off stuff to me and maybe paid for it and stuff, but other than that, I did not go anywhere. I was not going up and down them stairs out of breath. So no, I didn't go anywhere. What were your first symptoms? So like I said, from the 18th through the 20th, my body was aching really bad. I had a really bad cough too on Sunday, all throughout, probably up until, yeah, now. I had a really bad cough. It was just like every time I was just breathing a little bit too hard or talking a little bit too much, I just had to like cough. Like, it just felt like a push, like I just had to get it out. Like, I had to cough to make myself like feel better, and just like, not that I couldn't breathe, it was just breathing. It just was like in and out. For like, if I was talking or doing like an activity, then I had to like cough real bad. Let's see. And then through like, I think I lost my taste maybe like that Thursday, the 23rd. So maybe like almost a week after having it. I couldn't taste anything. Remember I was sitting on the couch and I was trying to eat a salad, and I was like, salads are usually bland, but I have like dressing and croutons up here, and I couldn't taste anything. So I was like, maybe I'm tripping. So I started eating more things, and I'm like, yeah, I can't taste or smell anything. Like, I just took a nap, I think, that day, and then I woke up and I was like not able to taste or smell anything, and it was literally so annoying. And I think that's when I started getting like congested with like, my nose was running a little bit. My nose never usually runs, but during when I started to not be able to taste and smell, my nose was like running or whatever a little bit, and the cough wasn't as bad during that time. I was congested, my head was hurting a little bit. What else? I was feeling like just out of breath a lot of the time. Like, if I would cook or just be standing up for too long, I just would just be out of breath. Like, okay, I'm tired. Like, that kind of out of breath. My other symptoms, oh, I had a sore throat I think right before I couldn't smell. So maybe on between the 21st and like the 24th, like the end of that week, my throat was hurting for 3 days. Every morning I woke up, my throat was hurting really bad. And I drank tea for those 3 days and took Theraflu for those 3 days as well. And then it stopped on like the third or fourth morning or whatever. It was really weird. I don't know if it was from being on my phone so much because I was so bored and just in the house. My eyes were hurting so bad. Like, I think it was like maybe the start of last week, around the 26th of July. I would like look to the left or look to the right and it would just hurt. Like the back of my eyes were hurting so bad. And I think it might be from being on my phone so much, because I was on my phone a lot just because I didn't really have anything to do and I didn't want to move or anything. And I was guzzling water, so I was up back and forth to the bathroom like all day long because I was just like trying to stay hydrated. And I know that my body was looking for water because I don't drink a lot of water usually, but as much water as I was drinking while I was sick, I was so thirsty. Like, my body was like guzzling water, like back to back. Like, I had a whole bunch of water bottles. Like, I had to get really big ones because I just couldn't even do the small ones. I just needed like liters and liters and liters. And I was taking the Emergen-Cs to definitely help with just getting my vitamins back in. I started taking elderberry too on that I think at the first week I started getting sick, I started taking elderberry. Let me see if there's another question. Somebody said, I'm glad you're okay, but how are you feeling now? I'm feeling probably like 99.9% better. I wish I could smell like a little bit better than normal, but I can't. But I can smell slightly. It'll hit me sometimes. I just was like curious to know, like, I know that some people are like have it and are like dealing with it longer than others. So I went ahead and called you know, my doctor, and not her directly, but just like the office. So I talked to like a nurse or whatever, and I went ahead, and this really was crazy. It bothered me so bad. I called them and I'm like, hey, I just wanted to let you guys know that I was positive, and I wanted to know if it's suggested or maybe a good idea for, is this in focus? A good idea for me to, you know, get maybe like a physical done, because I did have trouble, you know, being out of breath, and maybe my breathing might be off. Maybe I don't know, maybe this could have caused me to have high blood pressure or heart palpitations, or I don't know. It could, like, this could cause other maybe problems. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing in my head. So I was just asking the woman if, you know, all these things, and if it was suggested, or should I go ahead and like schedule a physical out for whenever I'm, you know, negative. And she really just paused on the phone and was just like, well, I don't know what you're asking. And I was like, okay, guess I'll repeat it. Basically, I'm asking, like, is there an after effect? Maybe I've had this and it could cause other problems. I don't know, get checked at all? Like, that's what I'm asking you. So I went into detail because I was like, if you don't understand the question, then I already know you're not able to help anybody at this point, because you don't even know what I'm asking. And I didn't even ask anything too like abrupt. So she was just like, well, you can make an appointment, but you can't come in here if you're positive. And I'm like, I know that. That's why I'm asking when I'm negative, is y'all gonna see me? She was like, yeah, has to be 20 days out from the last time you were positive, and then we'll be able to see you. I was like, okay, well, you could have said that first. Make me my appointment. She was like, well, if you're feeling better by this time, you wouldn't have to make an appointment. I'm just like, at this point, I'm not listening to you because you're not really listening to me. So book my appointment. I want to talk to my doctor and I'm gonna get like a checkup. Like what? I'm gonna put in clips of when I took both my tests. The first one will be when I was positive, and the second video will be when I tested negative. It took about 4 or 5 days for me to get my first test results back, and it took me only like 3 days, maybe, yeah, 3 days to get my negative results back. So yeah, that's how long it took. I went into a CVS drive-through, so I did the test on myself, and it wasn't hard, but it was very uncomfortable.
Yep. And then you're just gonna get out one swab. You're only gonna need one. And once you get that out, you're just going to insert the swab about 1 inch up into your nostrils. You're going to swab it around about 3 times and then hold it in place for about 15 seconds. And I'll keep count for you. I'll let you know when it's switched to the other nostril, okay? Give it about 5 more seconds.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you're good. And you're going to do the same thing on your other nostril. Yep. So swab it around and then hold it in place. Five more seconds. Okay, you're good. And then you're going to put that into the test tube. The side that you swab will go down. Yep. And then, yeah, after you close that, just make sure your name is right on the test tube. And you're going to put that into the other bag that says lab court. It should have, like, orange writing on it.
Is it in here?
No, it should be another one in there. Yeah, that one. Yeah, just stick that in there and close that tight. And then if you can just wipe the bag down with the alcohol wipes in the Ziploc bag. And then you're just going to drop your test off into the lab court box that's next to me, where that lady just picked everything up.
Okay, so wipe this bag with this and then put the bag in there.
Yeah, and you'll be good to go. Do you have any questions before you leave?
No.
Okay, thank you. Just be sure to check your My Charts for your results, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, how I got it, like, I know a lot of people are asking that. I really don't know, but I will say somebody I was around that was from out of town had been around me, and then they were showing symptoms, but I wasn't. But the longer, I guess, they were around me, then I started showing symptoms, like a few days after they had showed symptoms. Now, they got over it way quicker, maybe like a few days after having it. And then for me, it just took me a long time because I just was tired. I was eating like normal. Well, no, I'm lying. I wasn't eating as much. The only thing I was really trying to do was just put on a little bit of carbs because I wasn't really eating. So I want to get full faster. And then I was also taking in like protein sometimes. And just try to eat, you know, vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. And I was drinking tea a lot of the time, so I think I had lost some weight because I was not bloated. You know how usually, like, when you eat meat or you feel bloated? Like, I didn't feel bloated or look bloated at all, just because I think I was drinking so much tea, like, every day. My first day that I finally left my house was when I went to get my retest, and I even felt guilty going to take my retest. I don't know why, because I had stopped by the store and I was just like, oh my god, like, I'm just walking around here and I have no idea. I just took my retest, but I'm not gonna get my results for a few days. Like, I felt guilty, like, just standing in the grocery store. But I, like, oh my god, I put my mask on and I washed my hands a lot. I was like doing hand sanitizer, but I was only in there for like 10 minutes and then I left out, got what I needed to get, and I just left. I will say that it is real. I just feel like it's gonna hit people harder than others, and maybe not as hard to some people. So I will say that it is real, because I know some people are like, girl, that stuff is not real. I haven't gotten anything, so I'm okay. But it's just like, you never know. Like, I don't know for sure if I got it from that person I was around, because me and that person, you know, we went out and got food and stuff, and to the grocery store. Like, we both don't know, because we were around each other. So I don't want to say that that person gave it to me and that's that. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying, like, it's a possibility that we could have gotten it anywhere. Like, from getting gas, like putting it in the car, going to the grocery store, getting food to go, like coming up and down my stairs from my apartment complex. Like, it could have been literally anything. So that's why it's just like, you really never know. Say what cured me, because I feel bad for people who are like maybe taking all the steps that they're seeing online and nothing's working. But I will say that I just really took my rest and hydrated and did my best to like get my vitamins and everything just back up, and just try to stay really positive. I know during like the time when I was about to get retested, my anxiety was really bad, and I want to make a separate video. Yeah, so towards the end of me like having it, I did start having like just some anxiety, just because I don't know, I worry a lot, and sometimes my anxiety is not something I talk about with everybody, but I do want to make a separate video on it, just because it is something that I know a lot of people go through and nobody really talks about it. But anytime I do tell people that I do have that problem, they kind of look at me like, you do? I never knew that. But I try to not make it known or like a thing, because like I said before, I don't look for sympathy from people. I don't look for empathy or whatever it's called. I don't when I feel bad or like down or have anxiety or feel sick or something, I usually just like to be alone. Like, I don't want people to see me or coddle me or do any of that. I just want people to just know that I'm working through it the best way I know how. You know, sometimes I do have my days where I break down, but it's just like, it's all good. We'll leave some tips down below in the description box, just to show something some people told me to try to do that I did do and that did help. So I'll try to leave that below. Not saying I have all the answers, I'm just saying that what happened to me. So I don't want anybody to come at me in the comments or anything like that. You guys, of course, for watching, thank you so much. And yeah, just stay safe during this time, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you in my next video.